Hello! And this will be another book review. In this video, I want to review the book The Consolations of Philosophy by Alain De Botton. And he is well known now, especially in the Anglosphere. I'm not sure whether he's well known elsewhere. But he has written a number of books, and he's probably most famous for creating the YouTube channel, The School of Life. This is a great channel. The production quality is amazing, and I really like his videos. His videos are about philosophy, how philosophy can help us, and he covers both philosophers themselves. He creates videos about famous philosophers of the past, but also about how to live, yes, and how to boost your mental health in general. He creates videos about these topics, yes, and he's had a couple of podcasts recently with Chris Williamson. You can find these on his channel, The School of Life, but also I believe on Chris Williamson's channel. And he offers a lot of practical advice, I think, Alain De Botton. And I reviewed his other book a couple of weeks ago, How Proust Can Change Your Life. So again, like this book here, it offers a lot of basic wisdom, we could say, or practical advice. I guess basic common sense that perhaps we have lost, and that we need to return to in order to improve our lives. Yes. So he talks about relevant issues such as status anxiety, finding love, relationships, yes, friendship, etc. So he in this sense, Alain de Botton is a very, we could say, practical philosopher, yes. And the blurb of this book reinforces this idea of him. So he quotes the philosopher Epicurus, who famously said, "Any philosopher's argument which does not therapeutically treat human suffering is worthless. For just as there is no profit in medicine when it doesn't expel the diseases of the body, so there is no profit in philosophy when it doesn't expel the sufferings of the mind." It's true. I mean, philosophy should be quite practical. I mean, obviously, philosophy sometimes should engage in abstract thought, because this abstract thought can help us to understand the kind of maybe the deeper layers of reality that are relevant to us, yes. But it can't go too far. It can't go to this scholasticism where we're nitpicking, yes, about little issues that are basically irrelevant, that don't really improve our lives, yes. They don't boost our mental health. Arguing about whether there are 10 angels balancing on the head of a pin, or 5 or 7. I mean, this is nonsense, right? This isn't philosophy, in my opinion. This is just being away with the fairies somewhere, yes? I mean, it's a joke, yes? And that's why we need to revolutionize philosophy. Revolutionize it! By picking and choosing the best thoughts and ideas from various philosophers and combining them to create a new school of philosophy that will boost the mental health of the common man and raise him up and make him overcome the pernicious effects of postmodernity. This is what I, in general, believe, because postmodernity is destroying us, slowly but surely, I think. It is at the moment, it does seem to be a negative period of human history. But I think like always, humanity finds a way, yes, to adapt and survive. So I'm sure things will be okay in the end. But anyway, let's go into this book now, yes, by Alain De Botton. And I like listening to him. He has a nice voice. I think he's a good man. I think I get good vibes from him. Yeah, he's intelligent. I think he speaks a few languages. I mean, definitely English. I think French as well. Maybe more. I don't know, to be honest. I think he actually has a background from from the land of the Jays. So I think he's from the ethnic group beginning with J. I'm not 100% sure, but I think definitely he's partially from this ethnic group. And yes, this might put off some people, but I judge everybody by what they offer. Yes, I judge them by their character, their personality, and kind of my intuition. Yes, whether they offer some good vibes. Yes, and I think he does personally. I think he offers a lot of good energy and good ideas. So why is this book so great? This one here, Consolations of Philosophy. Why was it so great? Because it approaches philosophy from a very practical angle and applies philosophy to our modern times. Yes, our postmodern times. It's written in an accessible style. There's no pretension really, kind of down to earth humor. That's just kind of what I noticed. And there are a number of consolations. Yes, each concerning a specific problem that we are bound to encounter, or perhaps we've already encountered these problems in our lives. Yes. So these are the 6 chapters. There's 6 in total. 1 is unpopularity. Number 2, not having enough money. Number 3, frustration. Number 4, inadequacy. Number 5, a broken heart. And number 6, difficulties. And how long is this book in total? I think it's like 200 pages. Yeah, 250, nearly 250, yes. And referring to my article, because I don't remember obviously the whole book. Unfortunately, I don't have this photographic memory. I wish I had photographic memory. That would be great. That would be great to have. I wouldn't even have to write these articles. Yes, I could just speak from memory. But when I finish a book, I always like to review it, write down what I think, kind of the main thoughts that popped up into my mind, what impacted me the most, and then I like to share my thoughts via video. Yes. Via the video format. So in his chapter, in Alain De Botton's chapters about frustration and difficulties, he cites Seneca and Nietzsche. So with regards to frustration, the Stoics help. The Stoics. I don't know how to pronounce it Correctly in English. Stoic. They definitely help us. Yes. I mean, I'm not a Stoic because I think ultimately Stoics, they're pantheists. Stoicism is basically pantheism, but it's a Greek form of pantheism. It's my interpretation, yes. So that's why I'm not a Stoic. But obviously, these Stoics, a lot of them, they can help us, yes. When we're too emotional about reality, about things that are really not under our control, in the end it backfires. We lose out because we expend too much energy and emotion in order to try and control outcomes, but we're not totally in charge, unfortunately. I believe we do have a degree of free will, freedom, however you want to call it, but it's quite limited, yes, and that's why we have to just focus on what we can control and let the remainder of the chips fall where they may. This is, I think, the best attitude to adopt, and this is what the Stoics basically teach us, yes? We must, so this is a quote from the book. We must reconcile ourselves to the necessary imperfectibility of existence. We must reconcile ourselves to the necessary imperfectibility of existence. That's true, yes. Fortunately, life is not perfect. Life on this planet will never be perfect, I think. I don't know. Can we achieve utopia on this planet? I don't know. It's an age-old question. So, and yes, so this thought is extrapolated upon by the idea and image of a dog, yes, struggling against the lead. So obviously, I have a dog. I have a beagle, and yeah, this drove the point home to me, because if you have a dog, if you have a dog, you know this. Sometimes the dog, he tries to resist the pull of the lead. Yes, he tries to resist, but this is futile because the owner, he has more power, more strength. Yes, it only makes matters worse for the dog. Yes. But obviously the dog sometimes can escape. Yes, so my dog has escaped a few times. He's managed to wean himself out of the lead. Yes, and obviously he's smart in this way. But now the lead is quite the collar is quite tight around his neck. Obviously he's got breathing. He's got space to breathe. It's not totally tight. Obviously, there's a gap there still, but it's not large enough for him to be able to kind of escape. Yes, so yeah, if my dog, or if any dog, if he accepts this and pulls with it, the discomfort and the pain, it subsides. Yes, and this is sometimes we should adopt this attitude. Yes, to life. We shouldn't resist. I mean, here, when I think about this now, after I wrote this, because I wrote this a few months ago, I think, it brings up the idea of pain, because philosophy of pain, this is a whole area of philosophy. Pain. What role does pain play in our life? Should we avoid pain, or should we accept more pain? I mean, I'm of the view that we need some pain in life, yes, because it helps us grow. But obviously, of course, we don't want too much pain, because then life becomes overwhelming. Yes, we need to perhaps just go with the flow, not try to control things, not try to resist, because this causes more and more pain. Yes, so it's a tough one, isn't it? But I guess now, since we're moving on to the next topic, the next area. Yes, the next difficulty. The next problem we have in our life, and this is about difficulties in general. We always face difficulties, and here we are aided by the thought of Nietzsche. So obviously Nietzsche is a very popular philosopher now in our times. I mentioned this in other videos. I was a big fan of Nietzsche in my early 20s, but then I dropped this philosophy because I think it's at the end of the day, it's a bit of a deluded philosophy. I think slightly deluded. It leads to too much pride, I think, and it's dangerous for your mental health. But without doubt, Nietzsche does help us, because he, as I mentioned many times before, his philosophy is broad in scope. Yes, and Nietzsche confirms his basic wisdom of a no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. That's true. If you don't undergo pain, there's no gain. Unfortunately, we've all experienced this in life. Yes, so what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? This is another famous aphorism of Nietzsche's. Yes, and when we undergo pain, difficulty, at the time, perhaps it doesn't make sense. It's like, it's crazy. Like, why is this happening to me? Yes, but then if you just wait it out, if you manage to survive, when you look back, you'll understand that this was actually a good phase. Yes, ultimately it made you stronger. So we should always bear this in mind when dealing with future pain or future suffering. It's we just have to accept it and just go through it. Just the only way is through. It's definitely true. Because again, we can apply this thought. We were able to overcome previous obstacles. So why can't we overcome future obstacles? Perhaps we already had the worst period in our life. Perhaps our life will keep on getting better now. So this is a good mentality to adopt, because then even if you face obstacles, you know you'll be able to overcome them, and then there's no need to worry. There's no point worrying, because ultimately you've got it under control, because you've proved in the past that you were able to overcome these terrible times. Yes. So again, that's a useful thought and idea to have in your mind. Yes. Then again, another passage is about money, yes, and how we can lack it, so lack thereof, or, and its relationship to virtue. So in general, I've had a problem with money, to be honest, most of my life. I've never earned a lot, really. I mean, I've had jobs. Obviously, I worked a lot during my 20s. But then there were periods of time when I didn't work, because I thought there's no point. I was working away, slaving away in this 9 to 5, dead crushing, soul crushing job. So that's why I kind of like to step in and step out of the matrix. I don't like to always be in the matrix. It's just depressing. That's why I like to have time for myself, in order to develop, etc. Like we all do, yes. And here, De Botton, he shares with us a Socratic dialogue, yes, wherein Socrates, he convinces Meno, that wealth and influence do not always equate to virtue. That's definitely true. Not all wealthy people are virtuous. Not all influential and wealthy people are virtuous. Many of them have sold their souls in order to obtain this wealth. Definitely, not all of them. Not all of them, of course. I'm not a hater. I don't hate on people just because they're wealthy. A lot of people, they deserve their wealth because they are talented. They're smart. Yes. I guess some of them, they've capitalized on knowledge. Here we can think of financiers, so people who are involved in the world of finance. They know which stocks will go up, which stocks will go down. I mean, the people involved in the world of finance, most of them are, quite a lot of them are a bit dodgy, in my opinion. They're a bit immoral, unethical, but yes, nevertheless, a lot of wealthy people, they deserve their wealth, and they put in the hard work, and they deserve it. Yes, obviously. But then there's definitely quite a few that are wealthy, and they've compromised their principles. They've obtained their wealth in an unethical manner, and they've sold their souls, yes, to either to a corporation, yes, or again, here I can think of musicians. Yes, some musicians have sold their soul in order to achieve fame in the musical industry. There's a lot of this music pushed by the establishment is satanic. A lot of it is. Not all of it, obviously, but quite a lot of it. So this is just my thoughts. Yes, my opinion. Maybe you might not agree, but this is what I think. And here again, De Botton talks more about money and why. Having more money, it doesn't really increase your level of happiness. After a certain threshold, even if you keep getting more money, if you keep earning more, it actually doesn't make you more happy. This is actually, I've heard of this from other thinkers. There's research, I think, statistical evidence that if you earn after a certain amount, it doesn't really improve your life that much. You don't really become more happy or more fulfilled. I think it's after, if you're a single person after £60,000 or something. If we're talking about the UK, I guess now will be more because of inflation, but this is definitely true. Having more money, obviously, you want money because you need money to function and to actually live. Yes, I mean, because then you're paralyzed, you're trapped if you don't have money at all. But at the same time, we can't be fooled and think that if we have loads of money, that this will suddenly solve all our problems in life. Definitely not. Definitely not. And I guess this thought is in line with the school of minimalism. So minimalism is a philosophy that is increasing in popularity across the West, and people are starting to dissociate themselves from society, I guess, from the workplace, from the economy, because they realize that it's a trap. This system is a trap. It just sucks all of your energy away, and it steals your life. So I guess one way to fight back against this is to just spend less money, and to adopt the philosophy of minimalism, definitely. So I've applied this in general in my life. I'm getting better and better. Before, perhaps I was a bit of a rash spender when I was younger, but now I'm getting better and better. I guess this is good. So but even back then, before, when I spent a lot, I never wanted a new car or a new iPhone. You know, sometimes you can see these people lining up for the latest iPhone. I'm like, what? Why? And like waiting in line during the night. They lose sleep over an iPhone. Like, I don't understand this. I never understood this. So. A lot of people are obsessed with having these new cars as well. I guess it's a status object, yes. But a lot of these people who buy these new cars, they take credit out. They they go in debt. They go in debt in order to get this new car, this fresh, shiny object. I mean, look, I'm a fan of cars overall. I like to have a car, but as long as it gets me from A to B, I'm happy. As long as it's relatively reliable and it's not a really old, smelly car, then it's okay. Yes, I mean I don't need these new cars. I've never understood this obsession, to be honest. But yes, I mean that's the end. That's the end of the video. I don't want to talk more. I don't want to waste your time. It's a great little book. You should consider reading it if these problems, if you have these problems in life. Yes, if you're having difficulties with a broken heart, with inadequacy, feeling inadequate, if you feel frustrated, if you feel you don't have enough money, if you feel you're unpopular, if you have in general difficulties, then this book will help you. So it's a good way to enter the world of philosophy. Definitely. So yes, once again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're still here and you made it this far, thank you very much for listening and spending your time here on the JJ Think Tank. You could have spent your time elsewhere, but you decided to spend it here with me. I appreciate that a lot. If you're a new viewer, consider liking and subscribing. It will help me grow the channel and spread more vital information. I think will help a lot of people out there. But yes, once again, thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best. Take care.